Hi, welcome to your neural retraining guided visualization to calm the nervous system. Let's begin by relaxing your jaw, shoulders, arms, hands, and closing your eyes. Inhale twice through your nose and one exhale slowly through your mouth. I am walking along a well-worn path. It's a mix of gravel, dirt, and grass. It's here for walking, mountain biking. In the winter, it's used for snowmobiling. It's early morning. The sun is not even up yet. I got up early and wanted to get out on this path. It's light enough for me to see as the sun is just starting to rise. I want to get back to watch the sun rise over the lake. I went on a short walk just to wake up and get moving before the start of the day and enjoy the early morning hours when it's so quiet and peaceful. As I continue down the path, I see a clearing and I take a right onto a gravel driveway. I can hear the crunching of the small white stones under my shoes. I look straight ahead and see the cottage. It's white with yellow trim and it's 2 stories tall. It sits on a nice green plot of grass, surrounded by tall pine trees. Feels very up north. Beyond the cottage, on the other side of this driveway, is green grass that flows down to the lake. I go through the navy blue front door with the welcome sign and a welcome mat outside the door. I walk through the screened-in porch, and this cute little area is filled with beachy theme items on the walls between all the windows. A long wooden bench where you can sit and put your shoes on. Right outside the porch is the sauna, and I look out to the small red shed. And I can picture us going in there later when the weather cools down. Even on summer evenings in the UP, the sauna gets super steamy, and then you're supposed to run through the grass, down the dock, and jump into the lake. In the winter, people will actually run around and roll in the snow and then run back in the sauna. A sort of hot, cold therapy. I open the screen door that enters into the cutest little cottage. The open area is the living space with rustic wood floors and mismatched furniture, but a very comfy and cozy feeling. More beach, lake-themed items fill the walls. Welcome to the lake house is hanging above the fireplace. It's a huge wooden sign with the lettering etched into it. There are 2 matching seashell lamps on the side tables with big white shades. A round, rustic wooden clock is hanging on the wall, and it reads 6 a.m. Just about ready for the sunrise. I tiptoe around the cottage as my sister and her family are still asleep. I can see my husband outside at the end of the dock already this morning. The cottage has 2 bedrooms on the main floor, and each room is decorated with navy and white and teal, very much like a lake house. The comforter is covered with anchors and boats. There's a carved wooden canoe as a decorative piece on the nightstand. Up a narrow set of steps is an open loft area with log wood walls and ceiling. The beach cottage all of a sudden turns into a rustic log cabin in the upstairs loft. It has 2 beds and a really big rocking chair in the corner. Beyond the loft is a sliding door that opens to an outdoor balcony with an awning, but the sides are open to the outdoors. And the view of the lake from the 2nd floor is stunning. You can see across the lake, and there are tall pine trees directly across, and various houses and cottages line the shoreline. The balcony also has a huge red and blue hammock where I plan to spend time this week just relaxing and visualizing. There's also a glider bench on the balcony. When we first arrived last night, I spent time gliding back and forth on the bench while looking out across the lake. I saw a few motorboats, several kayaks. It was so peaceful and relaxing, just a gentle glide back and forth and back and forth. I quietly walk through the kitchen, which has white cupboards and an older vintage style refrigerator. The kitchen table and chairs are also a very unique vintage looking set. It's a white tabletop with metal legs, and the chairs have metal legs but shiny yellow vinyl cushions. And all the usual appliances fill the kitchen. I open the cupboard and I grab the bag of ground coffee. The smell is amazing. I just love the smell of coffee grounds and while it's brewing. I make a full 12-cup pot of coffee. I love the sound as it starts bubbling and brewing. Once the coffee starts brewing, I head outside through the back screen door and onto the deck where there are lounge chairs and a grill. We plan to grill out a lot this whole week. Burgers, hot dogs, steaks, chicken kebabs. I bought all kinds of chips and pretzels and veggies and fruit, cantaloupe and watermelon and grapes, strawberries, honeydew, all the fruit. I will make my homemade guacamole and hummus and fresh coleslaw for the week. We are ready for many barbecue dinners out on the deck. We have plans for cousins and nearby friends to visit us, often at the cottage while we're here this week. I walk down 2 steps and onto a lower patio slab with a table and 4 chairs and an umbrella. We will have dinners out here and also play euchre and board games and various other card games. I make my way through the backyard on a narrow paved path that leads to the dock and the lake. It's a long wooden dock with a bench at the end. This is a perfect dock for kids and us adults to run and launch into the water at the end. The lake is clear and clean, and it's deep enough at the end to jump into the water without touching the bottom. The sun is just starting to rise over the lake. An orangish bright ball is climbing above the lake, and it is amazing. I love this time of morning. I join my husband at the end of the dock. We smile and look out onto the water and the bright ball of orange creeping up above the shoreline lights up the entire lake. It's glistening the water. I see a fishing boat off in the distance. Early morning fishing is supposed to be the best time to catch fish. So I've heard. The sun starts to rise faster, and the sunrise is a very short period of time. The skies are getting lighter, and the orange ball is turning into a yellow, bright sun. What a glorious sunrise. I look towards the heavens, and I thank God for this new day, for my health, for my family, for this time away at the cottage. I'm grateful for each new day that the Lord blesses me with. I look over to my right and I see a metal rack with 2 kayaks hanging from it. One bright red one and one teal. There are several life jackets hanging from hooks. Let's take the kayaks out after breakfast, I say. And he nods in agreement. There are also bikes in the garage that we can use. The path goes on for miles and miles for biking or walking. In the winter, you'll find snowmobilers on that same path. We can head out on the path later today as well. We can walk past many other cabins and houses while making our way to a really fun playground. Our nieces and nephews will have a blast with it. There are huge slides, merry-go-round, lots of swings. I will actually join them on the swings. From there, we will walk to the little town where you can find a corner store, gas station, various other little shops, and our favorite ice cream shop. It's super small. It's basically a little hut with one window. We always love to get ice cream cones after our walk. I'm already thinking about what flavor I want to have later. I'm thinking something chocolate. After we talk about our plans for the day, the sun is now high in the sky, and it's a bright sunny day. The mornings start off cool, but will warm up to the low 80s today. We head inside the cottage, and my sister and her family are awake, and we all start making breakfast, pouring our coffee, heading to various spaces in the cottage. I sit outside on the foretop table to look out onto the water. I see my niece and nephew grab breakfast and head upstairs to the outdoor balcony and to the glider bench and the hammock. It's going to be a great day and great week ahead. So much fun and relaxation. I'm going to hike and bike and kayak and swim, lie in the hammock and go in the sauna, and visit with family and cousins and friends this week.